What's up, YouTube friends? I'm Brian Hewitt of Hewitt Films. Today we're discussing the Heidi Allen case. As you know, back in 2014, Tonya Priest came forward with information about 3 new possible suspects. One of the suspects, James Steen, told Tonya Priest that he and 2 other men, Roger Breckenridge and Michael Bohr, kidnapped Heidi Allen because she was a drug informant and she was going to rat on drug dealers. They brought her to a garage. He said Jennifer Westcott, who was Roger Breckenridge's girlfriend at the time, was there when they showed up with Heidi Allen. They then brought her into the garage, beat her with whatever they could find, and then dragged her body across the road and buried her under her cabin's floorboards. Tonya, at this point, then contacted Jennifer Westcott through Facebook, and then through a secret recorded conversation, got this.
He just told me that him, Michael Bohr, and Roger had taken Mike's van to the store, and that they grabbed her from the store and they brought her to your house, and he had said that you did flip out when you guys got there, and you know, I stuck up for you and I don't blame you for flipping out. And basically that's, you know, what he had said had happened, and that's, you know, it's not your fault though, you know. So I don't want you, I knew a long time ago, I just didn't want you to think that I thought less of you.
I really, in my own head, dropped that shit.
Right.
I don't know, probably about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But it took me a while to get it gone.
Well, how the hell why did they even involve you or even do this? I mean,
I don't know.
You were young.
All I know is that for cocaine.
It was for cocaine. Yeah, it sounds like the area. I don't know, kiddo. I love you, and I'm sorry that happened to you.
Yeah.
Did you even know
and I couldn't get him.
Did you even know that this was Heidi that they brought there, and that this is what they were going to do? You had no clue? They just showed up with her?
Yeah.
Oh, what a bad position for you. Probably scared the shit out of you.
Well, it's not even, they didn't even bring her in the house.
Yeah, that's...
They had her in the van.
Well, Thumper told me they took her out in the garage, and me and Vicky at this point, honestly, Jennifer, didn't believe him. And he said that they took her out in the garage and that they beat her till she died.
Oh, I don't know about that.
That's what he had told me. But I mean, as long as that's all you know and everything, and I mean, the only thing you said you did was junk the van with Roger, then I wouldn't really worry about anything. And you really had no part of it, and it's kind of sad that even happened. Is that why you guys went to Florida? She knows too, so I'm letting you know Thumper told all of them. So I'm just giving you a heads up. Everybody in the area knows. Megan, Ruben, he told me and Vicky. He even threatened to kill me and Vicky. He said that if anybody said anything, he would kill me and Vicky. And me and Vicky, you know how Thumper is. At that point, he was just a happy-go-lucky guy. I never would have thought that, Jen.
Right.
And, you know, what'd they do, just leave her in the van when they got to your house?
Yeah.
Who actually freaking killed her?
I have no idea. It didn't happen around me.
Oh, good. At least you weren't part of that. It's bullshit that this even happened. And when was that? When the day she came up missing?
Oh, I don't remember.
No, kiddo, I love you. I wish I could just give you a hug, and I'm sure that'd make you feel better.
Alright.
Did you know everybody knew?
It bothers me to talk about it. I won't lie to you, but...
Well, I know, hon, but that's why it bothers me, because it's been bothering me since Thumper told me. I was like, no way, Jennifer doesn't know. She would have talked to me and Vicky about it, because we were all very close.
No, I couldn't say anything about that.
I know.
Never to anybody.
Why did
no, unless it was said to me.
Yeah, why was it? Why didn't you say anything? Because they scared you, hon?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure. Well, who scared you? Roger? Probably Roger living with you?
Yeah. Yeah. It was all crazy.
Yeah,
well... hung out with all them people.
What'd they do, threaten you if you said anything?
No. They just I just didn't. They never said anything. Nothing was ever said to me in regards to it. And it's crazy.
Did you ever think about turning Roger in for it, honey?
Huh?
Did you ever think about just turning Roger in for it?
Nope.
No. They scared you that bad, huh?
I would never open a can of worms like that.
Right. Why? You hate him. He's done so much to you. You know?
And I've been through enough. I don't want to even deal with anything new.
No, I can't say as I blame you.
God almighty. I'm not doing the investigator's job. I don't get paid enough. They're going to give me a big reward.
Right.
You know? They're just going to laugh in my face and fucking, hell out of here. What do you mean? Someone's already been convicted and blah, blah, blah.
No, did you see anything that happened during it, or just freaking... You just flipped out when you knew she was there? Oh, good for you.
I don't even think, honestly, I knew it was her.
Right.
I don't know. I was 18. I can even barely remember. I've done a lot of drugs since then. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
18 years ago. Got me.
Right. How the heck did you find out it was Heidi in the end?
I didn't. I just put two and two together.
I don't know about you, but after listening to that, that woman knows something. So the police bring her in for an interrogation.
Tell me about this conversation with Tonya Priest.
Actually, it all started on Facebook. I got a friend request from her.
When was this? A couple days ago, last week, last year?
No, it was last week.
Mm-hmm.
Last week. And she said, I'm telling you, Thumper and Roger brought that girl to your house. I said, no, they didn't, because I lived with my mother, and I'm sure that I would know if they came in there with a woman they were getting ready to kill. I never once ever seen Heidi Allen in the first place. She's like, I'm telling you right now, you know what I'm talking about. I said, Tonya, I really don't know what the hell you're talking about.
The biggest problem I have with what you're telling me is that Tonya recorded your phone calls with her. And you say that when they pulled up with the white van, and she stayed out in the van.
Well, then I'll tell you what. She chopped something, because I never said anything about a white van. I don't know anything about a white van. I was at my parents' house. I just told you that from the get-go.
Yeah, but I'm listening to the recording, and it's you on the recording.
Well, I'm telling you, if you have the recording, then I was on speakerphone. There was plenty of people around my table.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can you pinpoint that I said that Thumper pulled into my house with Heidi Allen in a white van?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Because that's the craziest shit I ever heard in my life.
Yeah, I got it on recording.
Oh my God. I really don't. I mean, I was. This f***ing lady. Where does she even come up? What is this about? I mean, did she. Where does this even originate from?
What do you mean? What does what?
How the hell do I even get involved in this? I mean. I'm completely lost in how I haven't talked to this woman forever. And she calls and tells me her ex-husband is going to run her mouth. And then now I'm admitting that there was a white van in my driveway with Polygraph on it.
Yeah, that's what's on the recording. When she talks about the white van, when they pulled up, they said that they took her from the D&W in the white van.
And I said, I don't know anything about them taking her in a white van.
No, that's not what you said.
That's not what I said.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
You remember everything else pretty good, what she records, but that part...
No, because nobody came to my house in a white van with Heidi Allen or with anybody else. On Easter Sunday, I was at my freaking mother's house. I mean, my father's still alive. I don't know if he was...
Well, she says when you get pissed off, because you get pissed off because they brought her there, and you say, yep. She's like, well, he's like, well, you're like, well, she stayed out in the van. She never came in the house. And she says you get pissed off, you got pissed off. No, I don't blame you.
I don't know. I'm lost now. I have nothing else to say. I have nothing else to say.
What do you mean?
Because, I mean, obviously I was totally fucking pranked. I mean, this bitch called and told me something she thought would happen.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's backfiring on me that Heidi Allen was at my house. I mean, this is totally...
Why did you say it's backfiring on me?
Because you're sitting here telling me, cause you've got a problem because I've already said that Heidi Allen was in my house. And I guess if I was you, I would have a problem with that too.
Right.
But, I mean, holy for shit's sakes, I've got 5 kids. I didn't really expect to be here this long already, but,
right.
Where are we going with this?
You came in here on your own, okay, right. You're gonna leave here on your own, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But what I heard on the tape, because I just listened to it again, is you, Tonya, talking about Dean, Roger, and Bohr showing up with Heidi Allen at your house. And you saying, yeah, she never came in, she was in the van. Even if this did happen, you know, you're not in any trouble. If this happened. But you need to explain to me why you would say that.
Probably just to shut the crazy bitch up, to honestly tell you the truth. Because, I mean, she was just rambling on and on.
When she's talking about them coming to your house in this white van, you also make reference to helping Roger jump the van, get rid of the van.
I said that?
Yeah.
I said I helped Roger jump the van.
Right. Yeah.
You're sure?
Positive.
Because Roger was working at the junkyard. So, I mean, if I helped him junk a van, which I didn't work at all.
Yeah, you're on the tape saying that you helped Roger get rid of the van. And when they showed up, he's like, no, she didn't even come in, she stayed out in the van.
Well, then I was definitely running off at the mouth to shut that bitch up, because I really don't,
So,
honestly.
You know what, I would like to take you over to my desk, do a quick statement of what you told me about whatever happened about the Heidi Allen, what you know about it, and her Tonya calling you up, you know, anything you want to add, you know, put in there. I'd like to go do that. Have you put it down on paper and sign it, you know, so I can settle your side of the story.
Well, I mean, should I really? I mean, because this is a pretty big case. I'm not really a stupid person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really think I should sign a statement until I make sure. I mean, I agree with signing a statement. What I have said is to my acknowledgement. Okay, so I guess that's not a really big deal, but I mean, is something coming about this? I mean,
you're not in any trouble.
No, I mean,
I'm telling your story.
Because for real, I honestly want to go make a visit. I haven't seen James Steen.
Let's rewind that, because at the end of the conversation, it sounds like she says, I'm going to pay a visit to James Steen.
I honestly want to go make a visit. I haven't seen James Steen.
James Steen, who told the story originally, is now in prison for killing his wife and his wife's friend. But I find it odd that she wants to go visit Steen, because in the next interrogation, everything's different. I don't know, maybe she went and visited Steen and Steen told her what to say? Too bad we don't have that conversation on tape. So then the police bring in Jennifer Westcott again. And here's that interrogation.
So Jennifer, give me your best today. Tell me everything that you know about this.
The only thing I do know about it is what Roger said about that van.
What did you say?
The only thing he said to me is that Heidi was burning in a wood stove and taken care of in a van. I don't know where that goes from there. I'm talking to people, I'm telling you, Tracy Breckenridge knows.
Well, how did Roger give this information? What were the circumstances?
I was nagging him after he was interrogated. I'm like, why? Why are they coming after you? Why do they think you had something to do with it? And he just told, after a while of me constantly bitching at him about it, because I was wondering myself. And he just told me, he's like, the only thing I know is something about her being burned up in a wood stove and taken care of in a van. And I really just, I dropped it because I didn't want to know.
Well, tell me, what do you mean the missing van from who? From who was the owner?
Thibodeau's.
That phone call, you're talking about the van, and you're telling me now that Roger's mentioning the van and the burning of the body back then. It's making me believe that you had information at the time, more information that you're telling me about now.
I'm thinking for you. I'm really trying to think for you. And I'm thinking. I am. Because I'll tell you what, if I wasn't thinking, I'd be crying and coming up with excuses.
Let's put this to bed, really, just today. Let's put it to bed. You've gone through enough. You know, you don't need this media nonsense anymore. Tell me what you know. I don't want to hear what the Post-Standard knows.
That's all I know.
I don't want to hear what rumor mill. I don't want to hear. I want to know what Jen knows.
Jen knows
just Jen about that time, not now. About that time when you're young.
That's all I know.
You're young. You're easily manipulated by an older guy.
If there's a band missing in the investigation, that's what I know. If there's a band missing in the investigation, that's what I know.
Not to keep harping on that phone call. That phone call did have substance in it. And you're talking about steam, borer, and Roger being outside with some girl in the van.
That's because we talked, obviously, like you said, that's not a brand new conversation. That conversation came from the night before when we talked on the phone, you know, and she's pretty manipulative. I mean, the only thing I know is about
really,
the
Jen,
goddamn
would you
van.
be manipulated into saying something that wasn't so like that? You know? It didn't look like you were bragging. It looked like it was something that was troubling you.
I don't know.
It sounded like it was troubling you. And you were talking to who you thought was somebody that was going to be a friend. I'm hung on that phone call, I tell you. I can't get over the phone call because I've done so many of them on different things during my investigations, and I got a pretty good gauge, you know, on when somebody's telling something from knowledge. And it sounded like you were talking to Tonya from knowledge.
I swear to God, I do not. I was not with Roger on Easter.
Jen, you're here. I want you to help us.
I'm trying.
No, I'm gonna pick your brain until I get
But
what you know.
we need to pick Tracy Breckenridge's brain.
Well, let's pick your brain now. I want you to send me in the directions that aren't false. I want you to send me in directions.
Something to do with that van. If they're telling me to shut my goddamn fucking mouth, and that's the only thing I know about is that van, then that's the way you need to go. You need to go do some more investigating on that van, on what Roger told me.
I'm curious the most about this situation, though.
About this situation? Yes. I was buying the drugs off Thibodeau's. I mean, really, because even after he was interrogated, we were still buying the goddamn drugs, and he was still going there, you know.
But why do you have a hard time listening to this?
Because I'm a fucking bullshitter. It's retarded. I can't even believe I said half the shit on there. So ridiculous.
So in this point in the investigation, she's throwing Tracy Breckenridge under the bus, Roger Breckenridge under the bus, and she mentions the Thibodeau's and that there's another van. Almost like she's like, it's like confusing the whole story, like throwing everything off. And what these investigators should have done was they should have got a Baconator with a large extra value meal and said, "Here, will you tell the truth now?"
Let's listen.
I'm gonna fucking slap myself in the head every day over this. I want you guys to go talk to Tracy Breckenridge. But you guys won't listen to me. I'm telling you, we need to talk to Tracy in regards to the fucking other van. There's another van that you guys aren't aware of. And I can't believe 20 years later I have to tell you guys that.
Who?
It's out.
Who?
That's,
all right.
That's it.
Now, who told you that?
Roger and Tracy.
Roger told you?
Yes.
What did he say?
You guys are freaking me out here.
What did he say?
You know, if he gets out of prison
What
next
did he
year,
say?
he's coming after me.
Hey. What did he say?
He said me and Tracy strapped a man from Gary Thibodeau off his property. He didn't tell me where he strapped it. He didn't tell me how he strapped it. He just said that him and Tracy strapped it. I think it was just Tracy running her mouth, not thinking I was going anywhere with it. Sit on it.
Who was present during this conversation?
Me, Roger, and Tracy.
What did Roger say when she
Roger told her to shut the fuck up. Roger told her to shut the fuck up, you stupid bitch.
And then what?
And that was it. I asked to go home because they were
Did
both
Roger
home and I wanted to.
Did Roger tell you?
The Roger told me to shut the fuck up.
Did he tell you what he did with Tracy in the van?
No, he didn't. Tracy said he junked the van. He junked the van. I said, what do you mean he junked the van? I said, I want just take me home. Just take me home. And that was the end of that was the whole, I didn't go back around for a couple days.
Did you ever talk about this again? You must
No.
have. You must have.
No, we didn't talk about it until Roger was interrogated. That's when I was like, dude, you need to tell me right now what the fuck is up. And he's like, something about a van she was taken care of. And I don't know what that means. I've never known what it means.
So here we go with the fake tears. And she's trying to, like, pretend that she doesn't know what the hell's going on. And she's like, oh, well, he said that she was taken care of. But I don't know what that means. Everyone knows what that means if you're in that type of situation. Like, perfect example. Let's say you're in a mob group. And one of the mob guys say, oh, I saw Vinny the other day. We sort of had to take care of him. Everyone knows what happened. Vinny got shot.
I have no idea. I was petrified then, and you guys know I've been sitting on that fucking for 20 years.
So does Jennifer really not know anything? Let's find out.
Why don't you tell me why we're here? What are we here to discuss tonight?
Well, we're here to discuss the lies I said.
Okay. and regarding what?
In regards to the Heidi Allen case.
Okay. And what lies are you talking
I
about?
told Tonya all kinds of lies that they came to my house on Easter Sunday. I told them they'd seen a van. You know, that's one bad thing about lying is you can't remember them all.
Yeah. Yep. It is. Yeah. You're definitely right. Yeah. You forget your lies. You get wrapped up in it. And the good thing about this exam here is the way to pass it is to tell the truth. And just from what you just told me,
I'm here. That's why I'm here.
It's a lot easier. Yeah, it sounds like it's a lot easier to tell the truth because those are the things that come natural to us.
Yep.
Telling the truth, and when we tell a lie, like you've experienced now, that kind of complicates things, right?
Way over.
Yeah.
Way over. I want it off here.
Yeah. Yep.
And I want it out of there.
Yeah.
Because I'm a bad person in New York State right now. John O'Brien even sent me a letter saying, if you don't cooperate, you have no control over what we post. So I make an interview with him, and I interview with him, and I still didn't get anything. I can only imagine if I hadn't talked to him what was said.
Yeah. He didn't put any of that out there? That you talked to him, that you said this didn't
No,
happen?
that I ditched the interview when he was actually right in my house talking to me and the kids.
Did you have anything to do with the disappearance of Heidi Allen?
No.
Did you have anything to do with would be Roger, Michael, and James, and the Heidi Allen disappearance? Did you live on Rice Road?
No.
Did those three come over to your house at any time, whether it was on Rice Road or some other place?
Not together.
Not together.
Because I never met Mike before, but Roger and Thumper were like two peas in a pod.
Okay.
Doing their drugs.
Did you have any involvement with with those two, and Heidi Allen?
No.
Any knowledge at all about what had happened and who had done anything with Heidi Allen?
I watched it on the news.
Okay.
I was home with my parents.
Any direct knowledge that came from anybody else? Any direct knowledge that you witnessed yourself?
No.
Any knowledge of anybody else doing anything with Heidi Allen? Any involvement with the disappearance of Heidi Allen?
No, just the van, which I already said.
That's what you talked to already with the district attorney's
Yep.
office. And regarding the van, what do you know about the van, and how does that, you believe that that's part of this?
Roger's wife told me they scrapped it.
Okay.
I didn't see it personally, but Roger's wife said that they had scrapped the van, and he told her to shut her up.
Okay, relax.
Yeah.
Regarding the disappearance of Heidi Allen, do you intend to answer truthfully each question about that?
Yeah.
Related to the disappearance of Heidi Allen, do you know for sure who was involved?
No.
Regarding the disappearance of Heidi Allen, do you know for sure if those three men were involved?
No.
All right. Looking over these charts, there was a couple questions that showed a stronger reaction than some of the other ones, and specifically, two of them were related to the disappearance of Heidi Allen. Do you know for sure who was involved, and do you know for sure if those three men were involved regarding the disappearance of Heidi Allen? Is there any trouble with those questions, or what we talked about?
I don't think so. I didn't even know any of them at that time, the disappearance of Heidi Allen, so.
So you didn't know any of them at all?
At all.
At that time?
No.
Okay.
The end conclusion? Who are you going to believe? Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure it out.